Good afternoon and welcome to GITBTV. This is Match Day Live, where the Gills travel to Stadium NK in search of their first win, indeed their first goals of the season. I'm Dave Miller at True Blue Jock. This is Dave Miller as well at GFC, or Dave GFC. Okay, Dave, what are you expecting to see today? What do you think the lineup will be?
I'm hoping Wagstaff and Nash both start, because I think Wagstaff will offer more in attack, playing O'Neill and Nash, which is like a goals winning, kid's a goal scorer, proving it. So I think he starts today, him and Eves might be the first goals. We'll see.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but if you're bringing in Wagstaff, do you have to change the formation?
Now you play 3-5-2, you go O'Neill, Zakwani, Lacey, Ogilvie and Wagstaff and wing-backs.
So, say you're dropping Ema.
Drop Ema and you play Lacey, give the kid a go.
Yeah, okay. Personally, I'd like to see us four at the back with Ogilvie, O'Neill as fullbacks, Lacey and Zakwani again. I think Ema, Howler last week, he could be vulnerable. I'd like to see two in the middle of the park, Bingham and Byrne, but I think Wright will play instead of Bingham. And then I'd like to see three up the top with Wagstaff one side, Martin the other, and Nash off of Tom Eves. But personally, I think there'll be one change today. I think we'll see Eves come in for Wilkinson. Pennock said it was a good performance the weekend against Bradford, and then personally I can only see him making one change. But Dave, optimistic for a result?
I think we'll score.
Well,
we'll either win 2-1 or lose 3-1. Those 2 I'm going for, really. But
well,
I've never seen us win this. So.
The last two times we've come to big goals, 4-2 and 3-2 last year, and the basis of it being 4-2 then 3-2, I'm going for a 2-2 draw. So wait and see what the teams bring us, and catch you later. Okay, the team is out. Hate being proved wrong, but I was spot on. Got one change, so Dave, do you want to read out the team?
Obviously holding goal, back 3, O'Neill, back 5, O'Neill, Ema, Lacey, Zakwani, Ogilvie, midfield 2 of Byrne and Wright, Martin just behind the strike force of Parker and Eves.
Okay, so he hasn't gone with Nash, he's made one change in Eves because we thought, but thoughts on Nash missing out?
Yeah, frustrating really, can't really judge a player for 5 minutes, so I don't know whether he's going to get goals or if he's going to be good enough for the club. Again, it's sort of the same with List, again he's not in the squad today, and given another 1-year deal, he's not even getting game time.
So you think we're lacking creativity?
Creativity, bit of pace as well.
No Wagstaff at all in the whole squad, so we're saying injured.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Arnold comes straight in onto the bench, makes the squad. Interesting, we just seen Nelson pass. So Stuart Nelson's here today, which is good. So, on the basis of that, if your predictions changed, more pessimistic, more optimistic?
3-1, we're going to win 2-1 still. Won't keep a clean sheet.
Won't keep a clean sheet. Well, I'm still going to go with 2-2. I'm hoping Nash will come off the bench and a little bit more than 5 minutes this time. So, okay, we're going to make our way in now and join the rest of the Gills fans. Well, getting our first glimpse of Arnold, the new reserve team keeper, the new number 2. Thomas Holy, but interesting thing is that Stuart Nelson's actually here with us, sat amongst the crowd. Personally, I think it's a shame that he's actually sat amongst us and not down there with a pair of boots and a pair of gloves on. But good to see he's still with us, still supporting us. Going through a rigorous training routine now. Pitch looks absolutely immaculate. There's always goals here. I'm going to stick my neck out. I still think there'll be goals here today. Dave was remarking how strong MK's bench is compared to ours. We've got a very young bench. Cundall, Nash, Simpson, all on the bench. Should be interesting. Nugent as well makes the bench for the first time. So if Lacey's going to get another hour, maybe we won't see Nugent today. So optimism hasn't waned yet, so let's see how we go. Half an hour to kick off. Let's hope it's the first goals and first 3 points. That was our first view of the new keeper, Arnold, in shooting practice. So Tom Eves does better during the game than that. Well, I got Steph here with me, I'm no exile Jill like myself. Thoughts on the day?
Going to be tough. Going to be a tough season. Kind of happy the way we started. I didn't really necessarily expect anything against Doncaster. We had a tough start. Doncaster, Reading, Bradford, all tough sides, all going to be hard.
Is this the first time you've been?
It's first time this season, yeah, because I live in North Wales, so it's a fair jaunt down to Gillingham. Thoughts on today were good until this morning. They've got some lad from China who apparently is now playing. And
Musa Sal, ex-Hearts striker, yeah?
Yep, and obviously they're not a bad little side. They've started badly as well. Thoughts on that? Honestly, before I heard that, I think 0-0, maybe we might have sneaked something, and I've got 20 quid on us winning. So now, maybe not so much.
What are you looking forward to seeing, Black Gills-wise?
It'll be nice to see how the young lads start. I'm a bit upset that, realistically, I think we should have got some experience in over the summer. I wonder about AD's scenario. It almost feels like a throw it against the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
We'll get 3 or 4 strikers. Obviously, all of them not necessarily experienced, and I'd imagine the way he looks at it is if they play well, we'll keep them going. If they don't play well, then we'll swap and we'll alternate. But
you think we've replaced Cody adequately?
No, no way in hell. And the same with Bradley Day. I mean, you lose 2 of your best players, and you're not really replacing them with any substance. I honestly, no.
Defensively though?
Defensively, yes. We look more shorn up at the back. We look like we aren't going to let in as many goals. My God, we couldn't let any less in. Dear God. But you look at this side, you look at this league, it's a tough league. The teams that have gone up are all good. Donny, good side. Portsmouth, I mean, they're looking at the playoffs. They're looking at the playoffs.
Plymouth will be difficult to beat.
Plymouth's going to be tough, always are. So, and then you look at the teams that have gone down. Wigan, Blackburn, I mean, Wigan look awesome. So, you've got one side that's probably already looking at playoffs, certainly if not promoted automatic. Blackburn, although I think they'll struggle for the first 2 games, will find their stride. And Rotherham, okay, they're not going to probably be there and in the races, but they're a good side. I think we're in trouble. Honestly, I don't want to be.
Score prediction of the day?
2-0 MK, sorry.
You're going to write your 20 quid off?
Yeah.
Nice one.
I've got Juve and Benfica to add on to it.
Oh, right, go for the treble.
Yes, and I've been Giacca. Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Sorry.
Welcome to the jungle, the most inappropriate walkout song I've ever heard from 8 people in. Gone. Holding their own, playing quite well, looking quite lively. He's been everything in the air, but there's nothing off him up front. It's a good chance, pinball in their area. They managed to clear, and it's livened up a little bit as we speak. Donny Saquani won a great tackle on the edge of the box. Referee go free kick right on the line. came to nothing, but a little bit spicy now. But Gills doing okay. Half time here, 0-0. Gills doing okay, but lacking a cutting edge up front. Dave?
Just lumping up to Eves every time. There's no pace. Absolutely no pace. The wing backs are reluctant to go forward with and without the ball. It's almost if you're playing a flat back five, really. So O'Neill, I'd say, gets about 10 yards inside thereafter, and he doesn't push up any further. Logley, if you're getting good space out wide, he'll just cut back into right. It's just going backwards and lumping up to Eves every time.
But he's won a lot in the air, hasn't he?
Everything.
But Parker's not reading it, is there?
There's nothing off Eves. He's lucky to cut an edge. I think Ogley got a shot with 1 foot. That's about it. Parker's shot in the first minute.
Yeah, Parker's had the only shot on target, which was a P-roller, and that's for both sides. MK look poor as well, don't they?
No, they've got more on the ball than we've got. They've got a few players on the ball who can easily do something with it.
Yeah.
Then they've got 8 guys on the bench as well that can come on and make a difference, which unfortunately we don't know we haven't.
Would you make a change?
I'd bring on Nash Cundle.
Nash or Cundle, a play off Eves?
I might even bring on Aaron Simpson. There's no pace out wide, is there? No, he might add a bit of pace. Where that goes.
Would you go 4 at the back?
I think the 5 defensively look the solid. I don't know. I don't want to risk. The back 3 are brought up the game, so I don't know what to come off.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think we're playing badly. It's just final third, we lack anything, don't we?
Very even.
Yeah.
Very even.
But we're not expecting any changes at half time. No, maybe after an hour. Then maybe we might see Nash or Cundle. Yeah. But 2 teams, you can see why neither have scored. Let's hope for a better second half. 1-0 MK, a minute in. Cross wasn't closed down. It looks like Lacey got under the ball. Free header, 1-0. It's like going back 12 months. More crap Gills defending.
Come on, Josh. Give it everything. Everything.
Figure out, that's it. Well, you saw it. Why is he taking a penalty? Why is he taking... He missed his last 3. Absolute shocker. Absolute shocker. And, you know, the golden boy. Unbelievable. Okay, post-match. MK1, Gillingham 0. Don't really know what to say, really. Soft goal. Silly penalty when Holy came out. I didn't have to make the challenge with a guy going away from the goal. Brings him down. But makes amends, saves it. Go up the other end, we get a soft penalty when their keeper cleans out Nash, but that's being generous. And then what was he doing? He's missed his last 2, steps up, takes the ball off Eves and blasts it over the bar with the goalkeeper on his way down. Terrible penalty. Absolutely dreadful. Thoughts, David?
Just lacked going forward, really. Again, it was just lumping hope for Eves. And until Nash came on, but even then, like 15 minutes ago, we didn't really get anything. Well, no one really fed off Eves. It was just knocking it on. It was just going behind him out, and it didn't. Nothing was nothing going forward really in the final third. Like.
I think we had 1 shot on goal, which was Parker. One shot on target.
We look like we lack confidence in front of goal. We just don't want to shoot. Like, we get the ball in the box. I think White was about 4 yards out as well, and he just decided to back in it to Parker. He just stood there thinking he's going to hit this, and then Parker's just stood like, oh, the ball's here. But if anyone takes that penalty apart from White, they would have got booed or abused today. That's a fact. Like, but if Eves had taken that penalty, Martin, they would have got heckled by fans. It just didn't. And he's missed his last 2, so you give it to a striker, you give it to someone, even Oldacre, you know he can take a set piece. Why not give it to Oldacre?
There's penalty takers in the team. Nash scored pre-season, Eve scored pre-season.
Fair right scored a couple, but I mean, it's not.
Scoring against Chatham Town is not the same as scoring against MK Dons in front of 8,000 people. Pennock's got a busy week, a key week to save his season, because quite frankly, we are lacking in front of goal.
There's no pace. He needs to sign someone with pace, and could see again, isn't only when we went 1-0 down, the wing backs decided we need to push forward, which they did, but the distribution was poor.
We played 3-5-2. The formation, we didn't play the formation. It was only when we went 4-4-2 the game opened up a bit. Yeah, and the fullbacks went forward. I think the formation's killing us. I really do. I think we should be going 4-2-3-1.
If you have 3-5-2,
yeah, 3-5-2.
Surely you need sort of players who, like Wagstaff and who actually have like attacking pedigree about them. Both O'Neill and Ogilvie out and out defenders. Instinctively,
well, the thing was, Eves won everything in the air, but there was a reluctance to put the ball in the box. We didn't put any crosses in the box for him to attack. It was crazy, absolutely crazy.
Every cross he put in didn't get past the first man.
No, you know, and you know, look, let's be fair. There's a lot of frustration about, but let's be fair to Pennock and to Taylor. They've strengthened at the back, without a shadow of a doubt. We look a lot more solid at the back. But I think we are lacking creativity. We're lacking a threat in front of goal. We're lacking pace, and I think we are lacking the tactical nous on the touchline. I'm afraid to say, to actually do anything about it. MK Dons were poor. I think other than the penalty and the goal, they didn't have a shot on target either.
The one free kick which got headed over.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing on target. They were poor. They were there for the taking. I think, as painful as it is to say, and maybe as backward as it is to say, I think last year's team would have beaten MK Dons today. We had more of an attacking threat. They didn't have really that great an attacking threat. They really didn't. I think
they got in behind a couple of times. One of them was the penalty, but they didn't really.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a moment we thought when they were kind of defensive, like, oh God, they're going to break through. It's sort of everyone's behind the ball.
But I think,
so on that side, we do that better defensively.
So, Pennock, if you do watch this, AD, get in there, get someone with some pace and some creativity. Bingham, I think we missed. There was no holding midfield player.
Yeah, I mean, Burn did alright. It was just at times. The problem with Burn is his stature. He sometimes gets their centre midfield today was bloody man.
They were beasts, weren't they? Yeah.
Shoved him off.
But Burn was the better of the two. I thought Wright again was a peripheral figure. I know he missed a penalty, might be being a bit harsh on him, but he was a peripheral figure again today. I think standouts. Who do you think stood out today?
I think Zakuani and Lacey both had good games.
Lacey was at fault for the goal, but Zakuani would disagree with you.
Before Lacey, apart from the goal, looked alright.
I thought Martin had a good first half.
Martin did alright.
I thought Eves done okay without threatening anyone or anything in the air.
Did what Target does, which is just lump it forward. But then again, it became so, with the lack of attacking intent we had, it just became so apparent that the ball was going straight to Eves. They just started to double up on him, and he began to win less and less.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why we need. Got no plan B at the moment. We just lump it forward and hope.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
You know, I thought at the end we looked like we were relying on balls in. You know, they were lumping the ball in the box for the last 5 minutes. I think, you know, but they're aiming at Ema, who was heading it out the goal. But you're right. There was no plan B. There was no. I mean, what do you think about Nash's cameo? He got half an hour this time.
Did alright. He looked keen to get the ball. He did feed off ease, which we were lacking with Parker, but
won the penalty.
But again, it was sort of. I think the one chance he did have, he got it on his right foot.
Yeah.
In behind, and he looked reluctant to shoot, and I don't know whether it was a shot or was a
cross. It was halfway between the two, but there was players queuing up, wasn't there?
And Lacey was in that place, I'm sure it was a shot on it, so we left it.
But we are creating opportunities and.
Not half chances.
But half chances, yeah, exactly. Opportunities, not clear-cut opportunities, and that's the worry. I'll say the ball didn't bounce for us a couple of times in the penalty area. There was one time when Martin broke through and he just couldn't get the ball out of his feet. I think that was a chance.
That was a good chance.
You could argue right, but he should have shot
instead
of laying it off to Parker. But you know, I think. In terms of what Nash offers, okay, he's raw, he's inexperienced, but I'd personally start him now.
He needs to give it a go.
He offered more than Parker in half an hour, didn't he? Than Parker did for the hour. I thought
Parker's a wing back. He's He's got the grit to be a wing back.
He's not a centre forward, is he?
Got the grit to be a wing back.
No. I don't know. I mean,
lump. He's quick, but he's a lump. Like you saw, like when he shielded the ball, no one could get it off him, but he's not.
yeah. I mean, on
attacking intent.
Pennock's got a big week. I think I tweeted that we need Martin, and I would argue Wright off the wage bill to maybe bring a couple in.
Martin, do you mean Nelson?
Sorry, Nelson. Sorry. I think Pennock's got a big week. I think we need Nelson and Wright off the wage bill to bring a couple more in. Some pace, some creativity. A goal scorer would be great.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing with the budget.
Give him Bo a chance.
Yeah, well, I think Bo's not ready.
Give him a chance. He's not.
I don't think he's
Can't
ready.
get any worse.
I
Not
don't
ready
think
to
he's
go.
ready. Cundall's ahead of him in the queue anyway. But I think this is a big week for Pennock in terms of his long-term future. If he doesn't shake things up in the transfer market, I think we're on that display for a very, very long season. We won't concede many, but we're not going to win many or score many goals on that display.
Bit long games against teams like Blackburn and Wigan.
So, that was our first match day live. Sorry we couldn't bring you a win or a goal, but keep the faith, Gills fans. You never know, it's a big week. Good morning. The morning after the day before. Had some time to reflect on yesterday's result, performance, and I have to say nothing's changed. Had a look again at the penalties. Again, I thought ours was soft. It looked soft. And upon reflection, Holy actually did get a hand to the ball, so that wasn't a penalty either. What's worrying me is now that I read the comments from Mr. Pennock last night. He chose to focus on the refereeing decisions rather than our inadequacies on the pitch. It's evident now we haven't scored in 3 league games, cup game. You can extrapolate that to last season as well. Northampton didn't score. We just haven't looked like scoring. He's saying he's creating chances. We're creating half chances. We're not creating chances, clear-cut chances. We're looking at a creative midfielder, some pace, a proven goal scorer, experienced proven goal scorer. They cost money. So if we're not going to buy them, what can we do? Is the answer here? A lot of people suggested Oldacre. He might have to be thrown in as the best option of a creative midfield player. If that is the case, then I think we're going to have to change the formation. Either he plays the Martin role, which means Martin as captain won't be dropped, which I think we'll go back to having wide men. Maybe along the 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 diamond. Martin outright wide. He has got a bit of pace, but he's not lightning. But from what I said last night about Pennock having a busy week, it is a busy week. It's transfer window shuts in just over a week, and AD has to bring in some experience, some pace, and some creativity. So if he doesn't, I can only see us going one way. The only upside, I guess, is from yesterday, Liam Nash. He looked, in the half hour he came on, a lot more potent, a lot more threatening than Parker did in an hour. And I think now we may see him start, certainly at home against Southend. I'm wondering now if we'll see Oldacre start, given he was given 10-15 minutes. But it's not looking good. Optimism is maybe he will try and bring in some players, although he hasn't alluded to that in the interview he did today. It's difficult. We can't seem to give Stuart Nelson away. I imagine he's one of the big wage earners. Josh Wright was another one who seemed to be frozen out. There was some interest from Charlton, allegedly. If they're offering money, maybe we should take it and look to bring in a couple. Talk about pace again. Why is Elliot List not involved? Okay, he's raw, but he's of that age now. He's 20, he's early 20s. He should be knocking on the door, you know. And if Adi didn't fancy him, why give him an extra year's contract? It's just bewildering to me that he's had 3 or 4 games now. I'm not going to shout Pennock out at all because I think he should be judged on the first 10 games of the season. But we're 3-4 games in now, and it's not looking good. So he has to put a run together. And next week, Southend is a massive game for him. It's a massive game for Gillingham's season. Because if we don't pick up 3 points, and I'm going to say 3 points, not a draw, 3 points, and actually score a couple of goals and put on a performance, I think the optimism that came during pre-season will dissipate completely, and he'll have the fans on his back. So let's watch the press, see if AD changes things, and let's hope that this is the low point, and we're now going to bounce. So I'd like to be a little bit more optimistic, but sadly I can't be. Up the Gills, and let's just keep the faith, eh?